The devil hopes you scroll before I give you the secret to getting that breakthrough, to feeling closer to God, to completely changing your life. Have you been feeling distant and cold and spiritually stagnant, dry, stale? Maybe you got an addiction that won't break, a sickness that just won't be healed, or you just been struggling with anything in life in general. Well, I got the secret for you that the devil does not want you to know about: fasting. And I know people are about to scroll right now because they don't want to give up food. Food is an idol for a lot of people. You know, when a lot of people become Christians, they give up the smoking, they give up the drinking, they give up these bigger and noticeable sins, but the one thing they hold on to is that food. Food gives us that comfort. Maybe you don't go to drinking or smoking whenever you feel anxious or stressed out, but you go to the fridge, you go to the pantry, and fasting is so powerful because there's actually a verse in the Bible that in some translations, it's not even there anymore. In Matthew 17:21, this verse has literally been removed from some translations. And it's when the disciples were trying to cast out a demon, but they couldn't do it. So they brought the person to Jesus, and Jesus said, this kind of demon can only come out by prayer and fasting. And Jesus literally commanded us to fast. He said, when you fast. He didn't say if you fast. And he said, when you fast, your Father who sees what you do in secret will reward you. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I want to be rewarded by God. That don't sound too bad to me. So how do you fast? What is fasting? Fasting is when you voluntarily give up food for spiritual reasons. Why should we fast? I'll give you a couple different reasons. Number one, fasting helps you overcome the impossible. When you're facing something that's bigger than you, fasting is when you say, God, I can't handle this on my own. I need you. My favorite example of this in the Bible is Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat had 3 different armies coming at him at the same time, and he had no plan. He had no way out. It was an impossible situation, and he called all of his people to fast, and he prayed, God, we don't know what to do, but our eyes are on you. And you know what happened? The 3 armies literally just destroyed each other. God fought the battle for them, and that just shows you there's so much power in fasting. The Bible says when you humble yourself before God, he will exalt you. And what better way to humble yourself than to go without food? The second reason you should fast is because fasting renews your connection with God. This is my favorite reason to fast. If you feel dry, stale, or far away from God, in my experience, nothing else will draw you closer to God than fasting. The third reason you should fast is fasting empowers you to fulfill your calling. Before Jesus did one single miracle, before he preached a sermon, you know what he did? He fasted. And the fourth reason you should fast is because it's a big punch in the face to the devil and your flesh. Your flesh will hate fasting. I know mine does. But the Bible says in Isaiah that fasting breaks the bonds of wickedness. Now, how do you fast? It's pretty simple. You just don't eat anything. But you got to make sure that while you're fasting, you're spending that time you would usually spend